I've been sort of reconnecting with some of my buddies that I haven't seen for a while, having experiences with some of them. You know, I've done a little bit of travel,
You
and
don't say.
etc. Yeah. And in going away and experiencing that again, it reminded me how important it is. I know we've had George in the podcast, and last October, during my birthday, we had this realization to a certain degree, which was work-life balance.
So there's a reason why I'm joining the bar now. When I was much younger, I chose to do the law school a year later, but we didn't expect that to be a pandemic. I had to, and Eli knows this, I had to take a big bet on myself, even going against some of my mentors who are like, so you're going to take a break from your career so that you can get into media. Are you? Is it something you can even do? Yeah, I have a question for you as well.
Oh gosh, I was gonna. Yep.
So you currently are doing Insta Market, and I'm seeing it grow strength by strength. And you've said that it's not helping in your personal development as much, but we personally have seen you kind of embrace it and really grow with it. What's your vision now for Insta Market? Because I've gone to all of them in the past few months, and I've just seen the growth. What's your vision for Insta Market, and what do you believe in for those entrepreneurs who consistently like show up for your gigs?
There's a if you don't know, I run a event called the Insta Market. It's in my bio. It basically, for context, if you're new, started 3 years ago. We just celebrated our 3-year mark.
There it is.
And yeah, there we go.
Come on.
A little flex. And it's something that I founded with me and my sister. And it kind of happened by accident, right? Sort of, again, taking a bet. So now go back to some episodes I've talked about it, how it came about. But the ethos of the whole events company, which is Market Media, is that similar to Mantalk, is providing value. So whenever I'm asked like, how do I want to grow the market, etc., for me, it would be arrogant of me to want to just grow the market so I have a bigger market. For me, it's if I grow it, it's because it benefits the vendors, right? So the only growth that I want to see is based on feedback and impact for them. So I can say, yeah, I want I want to make more money from it. I want to go to bigger venues. And perfect example is typically when you run an event like this, you'd say, I want to book an act to come and perform so people come in. However, that would benefit me. It wouldn't benefit the vendors. So when I'm thinking about growth, me and my sister, it's what is the core of it? The core is that we want people to come and attend and buy, and these small businesses network and make more money. The way to do that is not to bring in a big band, because we've tried this similar thing in the past where you bring them in and the focus goes away from the vendors to the band. So that would be selfish for me to be like, I want to grow it and start having acts. So that's something like UX. The way that we want to grow at the moment is giving more tangible value and access to networks and individuals that can take all of these vendors, because I think our database is over 1,000, coming to like 1.5 now. How can we get these guys to the next level with their businesses? Because the way it came about was so beautiful, because it was meant to be just 1 or 2 people selling, myself and some influencer friends. But when we announced it, we had a flow of young people with businesses saying, okay, I can see there'll be value on this day because X and Y is coming and it's going to be an audience and I want to sell my product. So as it's evolved, we've seen people come for 3 years straight, every month, 3 years straight. And every time they've made profit, every time they've networked, every time they're growing either their page or their business in general. So going forward, as much as, yes, I want the event to be bigger, I still don't want to lose that essence of coming to a market and spending money. And to do that, you have to actually cap yourself as to how large you want this sort of thing to grow. If it does grow, it will be the exact same format, just everything slightly higher quality venues, high quality equipment, tents, etc. But Insta Market will always be somewhere where young people go, older people, they go and they spend money and find new brands. So at the moment we're collaborating. I'm not going to say yes because we've not announced it yet, but we're collaborating with people that are very much part of the culture, and they're also in the selling space, right? They have products that they can sell, and we're trying to merge that. You know that it's gonna be so obvious who they are if I say it, but merging that the music, the street style, the young Nairobi kid, merging that into the event so that we now bring that audience and now discovers the sort of brand. So it's very much youth oriented, and it's going to continue to be. But the vision is just to keep the same model, just more vendors, help more people, because I think that's the key. And another branch we're doing is now it's going to be more like digital. So having a more digital presence whereby we can offer either courses or again the access, but on a digital level on social media, etc. So we've got some partners for that. So Instamarket is basically going to expand to digital and just grow, but the same core vision. So
thank you, Mr. CEO.
That's what we're doing. So I encourage everyone, man, to attend Instamarket. Shameless plug.
Jeez.
But yeah, but it's been, bro, like it's been
we had
taxing.
a lot of fun. I have a lot of fun with those events. I
vibes.
paint.
Yeah.
After I paint, I'm like, okay, cake.
Yeah.
I get cake.
Yeah.
Then after that, I'm like, I need a shirt for the season.
Exactly. This is bought in an Instamarket.
Yeah, man. Like, I think it's, bro, what you're doing with that, like, you might not see it, but it's really playing a part into who you are. Even like how you speak and say your focus isn't necessarily on your own wealth. One of the lessons that I learned hanging out with you at Instamarket was business is not about money, it's about value.
Oh my God, yeah. Money will come.
Money will always come.
Yeah,
but it's like business is about value. It's about that vendor selling more than they did last month.
Time. Exactly.
Yeah, and like tracking that and sweating the small details. And even shout out to your team, man. Like
that's been a big thing. Delegating has been tough, bro. Like I like to have hands everywhere, but that's been like it's been only in the last 4 months we've hired anyone, and for maybe a year and a half to 2 years my sister was in uni. So Instamarket for I want to say 60% has been like me, like doing on the ground marketing, going to venues, registering vendors, checking on vendors, getting feedback. So now distributing that has been it's been amazing because I can enjoy it now.
Exactly. Because I noticed that this time I'm seeing you with your shades, chilling, just chilling in his Mercedes Benz hat.
Just relaxing.
And then like your team takes such good care of everyone, man, and they deserve a shout out, man.
100%. My team is sensational. What I want to see, you know what I've noticed, and this is for the Mandem, what I've noticed in doing this thing for 3 years, I've said there's about maybe 1,500 businesses. 1,450 are women.
There it is.
Guys, like, and even when it came to, so perfect example. This is for young, I'm not being mean, I'm trying to be very practical, right? I put out an application for people to come and join the team, right? This was for a social media manager. We got hundreds of applications and we narrowed it down to, I think, 10 people that we wanted.
Yeah.
Not one male made the shortlist. Not one male. And that was not because...
It was objective.
It was objective, and I had way more leeway. But from the quality of application, from the follow-up, from the response time, it's like I can't even fathom you being on the team and me having to WhatsApp you or email you and something doesn't get done in the application phase. A perfect example, like if you're applying for a job, is following basic instructions. So you put this as your subject title, put this, we don't want to see a CV, we want to see a portfolio of this type of work. Like, on the back end, if you're just for young guys, if you're ever applying, you're not going to get to even the response stage if the subject line is wrong. If they've said 20 characters, this or this, just follow things meticulously to the point and you're going to actually get the attention of somebody. Because I really saw the vast difference between men and women when it came to applying for this role, man. And I was really upset. I was upset. Like, there's no male that can join the team. So I want to see more guys being more attention to detail when they're applying for things and applying themselves. And also in a business sense, man, like in 3 years we've had like 50 male vendors. That's shocking. It's really shocking. Like,
I noticed. That's why I've taken the conversation there also, because like I noticed that majority of the vendors were there are female. But like, is it that because of you use social media as a platform to like recruit vendors, or is it that these businesses legitimately do not exist, the majority of the businesses are women-led, whether it's within or without social media?
So the demographic that's aware of the market is 50-50. Okay. Maybe slightly tipped towards women, but it's not that vast because the attendees that will come and be photographers are all men.
There we go.
So I don't know what conclusion that is, but when you put out the photographers, that is also free for them to come. Maybe that's a factor. The actual guys as gender will come, like, and they'll come with their group, their friends. But if we're talking about shoppers, if we're talking about people selling and buying, it's women, man. Like, it's women. The guys will come, they'll take their photos, and we love them. They're very creative. It's amazing. But I don't see them spending as much money, and it's a free event for them. And they'll come take pictures, but it's like, okay, you've networked, but what actual value have you extracted from the market apart from taking pictures? But then if you talk to a lady, this is just an example. I chat to a lady at the end of the market. She's been coming to about 3 or 4. I'm like, oh, how much have you made this time? 60K. In like how many hours? And she's selling, I don't know if I'm not wearing, she sells like rings and jewelry. And I'm like, you've made 60 bags in the same time that it's taken like some guys to just come, hang, chill, take pictures. Do you see the difference in like the 6 hours spent? So I'd just like to see more guys come up to me and saying like, yo, I've made this much in one day. That's all I want to see, man.
That's actually crazy.
Yeah. So it's been...
Because what you're saying is that the statistical return for, if on Instamarket on your socials is, they have the same numbers in terms of exposure. Let's say it's 45% women, 45% men, 55% women. Those numbers are not reflected in sales, and they're not reflected in vendors. Then it means that there's something we don't understand in between.
I don't know if it's initiative, because I don't want to put that on guys. I don't know what it is, but there's definitely
something
which I want to dive into. Maybe guys can let us know why you think that's the case. Maybe it's that get up and go type attitude.
Or is it that men don't like that point of sale, kind of face-to-face sales? Or they prefer more, would I say technical? Like, would it be a technical inclination in terms of career? Because that's a very, that they are more inclined towards the photography, the technical aspect, or, organizing the tents, something like that.
Yeah. I think, the women have, what I've seen, maybe they have more foresight that, let me invest in this table, let me take a risk. If I have not been to the event before, let me take a risk, invest in this table, go, be proactive, get stock, and then come and see how it goes.
But Ila, are you saying that women are more risk
I think
men now? Hey, that's what I'm saying. It's a very interesting phenomenon.
I don't know if I think it's just generally proactive. Perfect example, right? So some of the times if you call Instamarket, I'll pick up, right? If it's the work number. And again, I'm not putting us guys down, but a woman will call the market and be like, yo, I want to come to the market, I want to sell this. And they have 3 questions off the bat that they want to know.
Okay.
And I'll be able to answer very, very easy. Yes, this is how much it is. Yes, this is the times. Yes, this is what I advise in terms of setup. 3 hours later, a guy will call. And just from the jump of communication and organization, it's always been poor across the board. Maybe I've had like 2 or 3 that are like very organized, but a guy will call and be like, is this Instamarket? Yes. Okay, yes, it's Instamarket. It goes, then this is the last one. Is it a must that I pay for my table? You're asking, is it, and information is there. So it's like the proactiveness of going, reading, analyzing everything, then coming with the questions based on what you've done. But a guy will come and ask me questions that's number 1 on the page, and number 2, like he doesn't really know what he's calling about.
Yeah,
that's what I've seen.
That's what I'm saying. Like I'm trying to look. That discrepancy is crazy.
It's vast.
45 to nearly, because what you've said is 1450 and 50, which means that it's 0.5. It's like 5%. It's like 5% of
that
your
actually
vendors
convert into
It's like 5% of your vendors are men, and 95 are women.
Yeah.
That's huge.
It's huge. It's massive. I want to actually open it to, maybe guys know why. They can chip in why, because I'm genuinely correct.
And it doesn't affect you because your bag is the same.
No, yeah, come on now.
That's mad.
Yeah, it's tough. Yeah, okay. I just encourage guys, man. There's a massive gap for you. Even in like when we're talking about podcasts, talk about content creation. I see the same thing. Brands will come to me and say, there's no guys we can go to. Like, we can't find any other guys. Can you suggest other guys? Because they're not putting out content as much as women are, or even at that high level. Podcasts, there's probably more women podcasts that I've seen here.
Yeah, it's actually
than men. So it's I'm seeing it across the board. So guys,
there's something going on. Actually,
there's a gap here that we need to.
Yeah, but I feel like we'll talk about that.
That's the whole man.
The whole thing we've noticed.
Yeah.
Around masculinity and like what we're seeing socially. I think me and you have now seen enough to go, okay, this is a problem.
Yeah.
It's not like, because we're not seeing an empowered young male generation that's like coming up aggressively and pushing hard. I'll admit that in the professional sector, I'm seeing a slight improvement, because I've worked with some really ambitious young men, man. Wow, they chase the bag like you've never seen. But they tend to come from certain backgrounds, and that's why. But when you look at something like Instamarket, it's an opportunity that's very
accessible.
uniform. Yeah, and accessible.
Yeah.
So I just hope that it's not taken negatively.
It's from a place of I want to see more guys.
Yeah, let's push, guys. Yeah,
for sure.
let's push.
And let us know why you think this is the case, because
shout out to Randy Styles.
This is one of the vendors.
I didn't wait today. He's one of the vendors, but I'll wait in an episode.
He's making me a 2-piece actually. Very exciting.
Come on.
So as we wrap, I wanna shout out Pocket Gym, and let me tell you why.
Okay.
I was in a scenario where I needed to tap into my fitness.
Yes.
I needed to tap into those burpees and those sprints that we've been doing. Otherwise, it would have been a tragic ending. But luckily, I'm asthmatic, by the way. For anyone that doesn't know, I believe you are too.
Yes.
So naturally, I'm getting there. Don't worry. Naturally, when it comes to having to react and use excessive energy in a short amount of time without your inhaler prior, it's not what you think I'm talking about. Without your inhaler prior, you'll suffer an attack. You won't be able to get to where you are. So let me take you to a lovely summer's day in the beautiful city of Barcelona. I said I'll tell at least one story from Barcelona as we finish. You're wondering where we're going.
Let's go. Let's go.
Just as let's let the champagne finish. Let me take you to a wonder. It's a summer's day. Me and the boys were staying at a lovely hotel. Shout out to the Hilton. It was a lovely stay. So we're there, and we're all sort of on the same level. One's like a floor up, a floor down. And so we had an itinerary of what we're doing. So one of the days we were going for a boat party. Very exciting. Let's go for a boat party. Now, when it's if you're booking your own boat, then a lot of the time you've got leeway for time because it's just you guys. There's 5 of you. You've paid for the captain. If you eat into your time, it's fine. You'll just they'll just have a shorter out on the sea. However, if it's an event with 60 people,
yes,
it leaves at a certain time because no one's going to lose time on the sea because of you. So when we were told 2:30 is the departure time, you had to be there.
Yes.
At exactly 2:30.
They must be in the Iberian Peninsula.
This is correct.
This is fundamental.
This is correct. So there I was. I got ready and in the group chat. Oh, yeah, by the way, guys, we're going at this time. Cool. And I'm sat in my hotel room and I was doing nothing.
Yeah.
I was chilling.
Just
I was
like
ready.
most
I was
Kenyans.
Exactly. I've really been impacted by my environment. There I was. I had my cologne on. I was smelling like a million. I had my linen on, and I just sat there like this on my phone. It completely ignoring the time was going past. So I see some notifications from the group chat. I'm like, I'm watching. I think I was on Instagram.
Yeah.
I swipe up, carry on. Then I get a buzz, and they're like, "Yo, Eli, you on the way?" And I'm like, "Huh?" I go on the group chat. Everyone is sharing because we couldn't all get the same cab. Everyone is sharing their live locations. Everyone is on the road, on the way to the boat. And I'm like, wait a minute, what? So I look at my thing. I'm like, I need to leave now. It's like 2:12.
How many minutes?
It was 2:12.
Oh my god.
Yeah, the boat leaves at 2:30.
Oh my god.
The journey is 10 minutes.
So you have to get there by 2:22.
2:22, right?
Yeah.
So I think I might just make this. I got, I might have 8 minutes to spare. So immediately I jump up. Luckily, I'm showered, I'm fresh. I'm like, okay, cool. Quick check. You're still handsome. Let's go. So I dash downstairs. I sprint to the taxi guy, and I'm like, yeah, we need to go to the marina.
Yeah.
The guy looks at me, goes, no mask, sorry. I'm like, oh crap, right? Remember the time? 2.
Yeah.
So now it's 2:13, right? So by the time I had the conversation with him, maybe let's call it 2:15. And I look over, I'm like, okay, say less. I'm on the 9th floor of the hotel. I know the lifts will be slow. I look across, there's a pharmacy. I'm like, if I run across the road, I grab a mask, I come back. I run to the pharmacy, I knock on the door.
What are you wearing? Are you in flip-flops?
Linen and flip-flops. Sandals, the sandals, like the Jesus sandals,
God.
yeah?
No, which sandals again?
The Jesus sandals.
Amen.
What are you doing? Dear. I've got the Red Sea ones on.
Yeah.
So,
he's got the whole world in his hands. What?
The Hallelujah high tops. Can't breathe. Gay.
The doubting Thomas one.
No, because I have asthma. Are you ready to describe this? Oh my goodness.
They walk on waterfalls.
The Judas 11s.
Purchased for 30 pieces of silver. Keep going.
So there I was in my mandolins. Sorry. Why are you using? Sorry. So there I was, right? So I sprint across. There's the sandals, right? So I sprint to the pharmacy. It's 2:00.
Yeah.
I forget people have siesta.
Yeah.
So I look over and they're like, sorry, it's siesta. They're closed. I'm like, actually, okay.
Yeah, go.
So I'm like, okay, no worries. So I sprint back to the hotel. I go to the lift. It's like up and it's like not coming down. So I'm like, the lift's not working.
Yeah.
9th floor. Is it 9th or 8th floor? So I start running up and I'm like, I get to like 4th floor and I'm like, I physically can't do this.
Yeah.
So I go back to the lift and luckily the lift comes down. So now we're getting to like maybe 16, 17 minutes past.
Yeah,
So I've got like
17.
Yeah. So I finally get to my room. I run in, mask, come back out, go back to the taxi driver. The gag was that taxi driver had left. The new one, I just got in. I didn't even show the mask. He was like, oh yeah, come in. I was like, so this whole
Oh my God, was for nothing.
yeah, that was a very valuable few minutes. So
I wonder if he did it because he. Anyway.
maybe listen,
let's not talk about it.
Yeah, listen, it happens. So then I get in the cab. I'm like, cool. I say to the guy, listen, I'll tip you, but we need to get there quick. He's like, okay, say less. He didn't go any faster. And then we get now to like a road, and then there's traffic. I'm like, okay, brilliant. And I'm looking at the live location of my boys.
Yeah.
Everyone's now at the marina, disbarking and like getting out and now walking to the boat. So I'm like, okay. Luckily, we managed to maneuver, and we get there now at like 28. It was like 28, 29. So I'm like,
2 minutes.
Yeah, 2 minutes. I'm like, this is risky. But I'm like, and I'm on the group chat that they're saying, Eli, bro, I don't know if this is gonna work for you. Like, you need to rush. So I'm like, okay, cool. So we run, we skid in, he parks, and I'm trying to follow the pin because it's a marina. It's not like a road. So you have to, and there's different like banking stations, right? So so we get on and he goes, this is how far I can go in the cab. I'm like, okay, cool. So I jump out and I sprint, right? And I sprint to the end. This is why I'm shouting out Pocket Gym, because without Pocket Gym, So I sprint to the end and I can see there, but from the cab, I can see there's a big boat. And I'm like, that must be the boat. And I can see a queue of people that's still boarding. And now it's like 31 parts. So I'm like, okay, people are still boarding. And my boy's like, yo, you might just make it, but rush. So I run, and I get there, and I get to the end. And then I look, but from where I was looking, it looked like the pavement would go straight to the boat.
Yeah.
What I didn't realize is there was actually a gap where there's water in between. So they were on the other side. And this gap is maybe, I don't know, maybe like 50 meters. So obviously there's no running and jumping. There's nothing. So I talked to, there's a guy in the boat, just a guy in a fisher boat. I'm like, listen, I'll give you 20 euros. Just take me from here to over there to the boat. He goes, oh, sorry, I can't. Sorry. I'm like, okay, fine. Let's not argue. And I say, how do I get to the other side? And he goes, you know when someone makes that noise? Just my friend. He's like, you have to go up and round. So I'm like, yo. I look and I can see there's like 6 people left to like get on, but like now boarding the boat. And then I look at the tab, they're like, and I'm just getting on the group chat, hurry. And I can see my boys, one of them is 6'5". I'm like, that's him, he's not on yet. So the guy tells me I have to go all the way around, right? So now, I look at my sandals, I look at the distance.
Jesus is the way.
And at that point, I said, if only I can walk on water. If only I could. If only I could. But me being the doubting Thomas, I had to run. And like on the map, it said 6 minutes to get there. I'm like, 6 minutes. But that's walking. I'm like, that means I can do it in 2.5 running, right? So shout out to Pocket Gym, because yo, I sprinted back to where the cab was. I run past the cab driver. He looks at me like, oh my God. Bear in mind, I'm a black guy in Barcelona sprinting in a marina in all linen. I look like I'm doing a drug deal gone wrong because I'm like, boom, hitting the floor. So I managed to get all the way around, right? I get now, I have to go up some stairs, through them all. My asthma was playing, it was okay. I'm like, interesting, I'm not dying. In my linen, blah, 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 blah. And then as you enter the marina, like where they're boarding, there's like a bit of pavement.
Yeah.
And then there's a gate. So I look at the gate, I look at the thing, and I'm running. And you know when you run in sandals downwards?
Yeah.
It's really tough because it proper slaps.
Yeah.
Like it slaps. So I sound like a fish on land, like just boo, 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 boo. And then I sprint, I can see everyone's on the boat now. And they're now trying to like, disembark the thing.
Yeah.
And I'm like, no. And my friend's like, he's there. Because they've been trying to get to the guy to like wait for a few minutes. And like, he's there. And the guy's like, no. So I run, I jump the gate, I don't know how, in my sandals. And I get there. And then first of all, the guy's like, I can see them shouting like, does he have a ticket? As I'm running. And they're like, yeah, because I can't get on without the ticket, but my boy has my ticket. So he's talking to one captain, he's like showing them ticket. And the other captain's like, okay. So then he runs. The boat starts to like really slowly go.
Yeah.
I run and I literally had to go grab the guy's hand and he's like, come on. And everyone's just like, whoa, on the boat.
Shout out to Pocket
Bro,
Jim. Shout
out to Pocket Jim. Because when I got on the boat, like it looked like I'd been in the water with the amount of sweat.
Yeah.
And I was wearing linen, so I shouldn't have been
And
sweating.
the sun is up in the sky.
It was like 30 something. So shout out, if I haven't watched the episode on Pocket Gym, go back to last season. But without Pocket Gym, bro,
it was that moment.
I would not. It was that moment. I said, thank you, Cliff. Thank you, guys. Thank you, Ritimi. But bro, yeah. So work on your fitness. You never know it's going to come in handy.
Yeah. And he did all that in his Hallelujah 2.
The Disciple 12s.
Deny me 3. Gotta finish this episode. Finish this episode. Sorry for the wait.
No, wait. Oh, God, no. God. This is horrible to listen to. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry I had to listen to that. That was me. Just okay, I feel like that's on that bombshell.
We had to take a leap of faith.
I can't. Okay. With that, guys, thank you. Sorry for the wait. Thank you. Thank you. We need to go. Thank you for sticking with us. It's going to be a very exciting season. It's going to be very, no more, please.
Yeah, we've grown in leaps and bounds.
As we cross over to the next episode. Oh dear. But genuinely, guys, thank you so much for sticking with us. We're gonna jump off, but it's gonna be a very, very exciting season coming up. I really hope you stick around and share this content. Follow us on socials, and thank you, Kofisi, and thank you, Pocket Jim, for getting me on that boat. So we'll see you next week for another episode of Mantalk.
That's gonna be blessed.
Oh my goodness. Lord have mercy.
Lord have mercy.
See you later, guys. Peace.